Welcome to the Psionic Aftermath channel. We are just setting up for the Alpha Team League EU Amateur Division, where we will have our EU team playing against Wolven. And our first map will be on Blackpink. So, wait, why am I host? Okay. Let me just deal with that. Zephyros cost us. Okay, so yeah. Privacy. Costas is ready. Just waiting for Zeph to confirm, and then we shall be underway shortly. I just realized I have probably been muted this whole time. Okay, well, you guys didn't miss anything. We're just loading into game now. This is the Psionic Aftermath ATL EU Amateur Division. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner of the map, representing Wolven, it is Costas. And in the upper right-hand corner, as the blue Terran, representing PsiX, it is Zephyros. Okay, so we're starting this off on a TVT. And, not entirely sure what's going on with the stream. Okay, hopefully the stream is working. Well, it's TVT, and we haven't gotten to too much of the action yet. It says it's working. I don't know what's... I think my iPad is just having issues. Okay, looks fine. Hopefully there's no problems. Let me know if there are. I can see the chat at least. It's just the display is being weird. At any rate, looks like we're gonna have pretty standard opener from both players, just with a Reaper expand. I think TVT can be a little bit more volatile than this, but both of them opting for that basic macro opener with the Reaper for the Scout, so they're not caught unaware by any early aggression. At least they can formulate a response. Actually, did Costas skip his Reaper? I think he did. I think he just went for the SCV Scout and straight into Marine production. So, yeah, slight deviation from, I guess, the norm. He is going to block the Reaper pathing with the supply depot. Actually, is that... It's kind of... See, one of the things that's annoying with Black-Pink is you actually can't see the Reaper pathing, or this ledge here is kind of hard to identify whether it's on point. I think it's correct, but I'm not... he lowered it, so it doesn't matter. Oh, man. Hello, Faith. Let me know if... Oh, I wasn't muted. Just very low. Okay. I'll check that.
Base is under attack.
Let me make sure that's still fixed. Oh, that's not fixed. I'm still, like, super low. Why am I so low? It should be slightly better now. Advanced audio. Okay, hopefully this fixed it. You guys let me know if my mic is still too low. Yeah. At any rate, we have one medevac out, a drop of 8 Marines coming out from Costas, and back at home for Zephyros, we have 2 Cyclones and a handful of Marines to intercept this. So as long as he's in position, he'll be okay. He's actually not in position. I mean, this isn't like terribly out of position, but like, depending on where this medevac unloads, this could get some damage for Costas. Oh gosh. Tech swap, or add-on swap right now. I don't know if that, I think you want production, no? Okay, so he is going to drop the mineral line, and he will get 2, 3, okay, 4, wow, okay. So, a little bit of micro gonna pick off, like, 5 or so, and just leave. So, free SCVs for Costa, that's always nice, as a, like, getting free kills, and Liberator's gonna come in from the other side as the army of Zephyros was occupied elsewhere. Okay, audio is good now. Excellent. Thank you. And hopefully it's not too loud later, because I'm not sure how many modifications I went through to get here. At any rate, this medevac drop will be cleaned up, and all in all, Costas has a worker advantage, but Zephyros has the army advantage, since Costas was investing heavily, or I don't know if I would say heavily, but I mean, he did lose his entire harass force, and Zephyros will now have map dominance, since he has the army lead. I don't actually push into Casas, because Casas is on 2 bases, and tanks are pretty good. But maybe he can... Actually, okay, he does have 1 tank. He could potentially siege this tank in this position here, and shell the gas. He's actually going to pick up his medevacs. I don't know how I feel about this. High risk, high reward, I suppose. He's gonna lose a medevac because missile turret and because indecision. So that was kind of painful. Okay. He's gonna siege 1 tank, kind of in range of the ramp. So if anything comes down, he'll get some free shots. There is a Marine on this watchtower for Casas. I'm not entirely sure that's going to serve him much. Casas is going to try and come down this ramp, but it's going to be met by a tank. Oh, Marines for Zeph were retreating, and the tank was exposed for just a second. Casas is going to take full advantage of that and rout Zephyros from this contained position. He does scan one of the possible 3rd locations, but Zephyros has taken the other 3rd, and I think this is one of those times where the difference in the expansion patterns kind of makes it a little bit like, oh, that's not exactly what was happening. Like, a slight misread just because you view the game slightly differently. Wow, talking this morning is a little bit funny. At any rate, there is a considerable tank count, or a tank advantage for Casas, being 3 tanks to 1-ish. I mean, there's 1, so like, okay, Marines are just gonna stim in, pick off that first tank. This is looking really bad for Zephyros. There's just too much Terran. Okay, so Casas will take the first game, and we will get into our second match. Okay, so first game is out of the way. I can now focus on casting instead of worrying about streaming. Oh man, mostly. Yeah. Good morning, peoples. Miguel is still leading the party. Yes, okay, good. I don't have to sort that out. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so, like, just looking at that game, I feel like Zephyros, he could have just, had he gone for some sort of 1 base double gas play, like maybe, I think, what is it, 2 or 3 Reapers into Cyclones, like, I think it's like a pair of Cyclones or something. He could have just won before Casas really got anywhere, but as it was, he just kind of tried for this contain that didn't actually gain him anything, and lost his first tank, and then his next 2, then Casas was able to pick off the reinforcing tank, and then the tank that was sieged was all alone, so, like, well, that's that. uh, it was also some good harass from Casas. I don't know if I think it just made, made Zeph a little bit uncomfortable. Like, it didn't actually accomplish that much to justify losing everything. I think had that medevac gotten away, then that would have been phenomenal. But because he lost the medevac and the Marines, because he lost the medevac and the Marines, it's like they just have different advantages, I think. I don't know. I'm not a Terran, so I'm not entirely certain. Okay, it looks like we're waiting on Thor, and okay. Alrighty. Neon Violet Square, TVP. Neon Violet Square is such a... So, I think it's really good for macro, but, like... I'll talk more about it once we introduce the players. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of the map as the red Protoss. Representing PsiX, we have Faith. And in the opposing corner, up a game, representing Wolven, it is Santiago. What is this? That's right. Yeah. Okay. Hey Daunted, hey Purple Ninja. Hello, hello. So, PVT on this map. There is no, like, Reaper pathing that Protoss has to be too concerned with. But there's a lot of airspace for drop. So, like, drops can come in from any angle. And it can be kind of annoying to deal with. But the map is large. So if Protoss can establish themselves, there is a free potato base, I guess, that will allow for increased gas mining to be taken whenever, for mostly free. But it doesn't actually, it's not as safe as it would be against against, say, a Zerg, since Terran is mostly a drop-based mobile force, whereas against a Zerg, you're looking at mostly frontal assaults. So, like, I feel like this base is just as safe as your gas-heavy, or mineral-starved, rather, base in the back. against a Terran. But I mean, it really comes down to player style and preference. And like, if you're playing against a Terran that is more push based, then it becomes kind of difficult to hold this, since they're going to have a lot more forces hitting that than, say, a dropping Terran. I'm not sure what Nakers is. Hopefully that doesn't pertain to me. At any rate, we're gonna see some Widow Mines and probably a medevac to drop these Widow Mines in the Protoss space. And we saw Faith have to deal with Widow Mines against Goon recently, and I can't say Faith is going to be very happy to see some Widow Mines today. Perhaps he'll look at it and say, hey, Goon was a lot better and gave him all the practice he needed. But at the same time, I know he didn't seem to enjoy it. This is actually going to hit up later as than Goons did, because he's getting an extra Widow Mine, I think. Yeah, this feels like something's missing. Oh, no. What it is that he got a third Widow Mine instead of like a Cyclone to defend. So like, he's a lot weaker, but it's hitting at approximately the same time. I think it's later because he didn't boost. Something like that. At any rate, this drop is going to come in, and the observer will see it, and the probes have been pulled. Okay. Nice reaction from Faith, not taking any damage from those mines whatsoever. These Stalkers are looking for that medevac, and they just barely can't reach that. How unfortunate. Oh man. At any rate, there is a siege tank out for Santiago. These Widow Mines are just gonna hide in that corner now, and I'd like to see Faith move an Observer onto that, but the mines are gonna come back in, and Faith isn't watching. Oh no, close your eyes, Protoss. Okay, we have 11 workers going down, and that's a little bit unfortunate. At least it's not like, I don't know, with 3 mines that could have been like more, but not the greatest. It's not like he was target firing his mines or anything like that. Medevac is damaged, so if it comes back in, the Stalkers should be able to pick it off, and I say should. Observer does see this move out of Marines, and I think it saw the tank, but Faith is going to actually get the medevac, and that's nice. He knows that those 3 mines will not be joining up with his drop, and he's gonna try and siege, force the tank to siege. He's actually gonna bait a stim instead, and then have to blink away. That was slightly overextended, I think, but that's okay. He's doing a good job, like, baiting the Terran and slowing down this push, and we're gonna see the Terran try and siege up this location. There are 2 mines with this as well, so he has to be careful that... okay, he actually blinks past the mines, mostly. He still gets hit by one of them. And he's running with his stalkers. The bio is chasing. Okay. Okay, he does have stalkers over here. He's gonna blink onto one of the mines, but the other one was not yet detonated. And now these marauders are coming in, and there's not really a whole lot here for Faith. He has an immortal, but there's not a whole lot to support it, so it will get targeted down. The stalkers, I don't know where they went. Maybe they died. This is really scary for a second. Like, there's not much Terran, but there are mines, and there's reinforcements trickling across the map, and Protoss is just not like the warpins are not quite there, as 2 of the gateways are no longer here for the Protoss. Faith is throwing down more gateways, and probes will be pulled in the panic, but there's a Widow Mine still, and ooh, 7 probes instantly go down. And the Nexus falls. I don't know about this. I mean, 4 Marauders is not that much Terran, but with 2 mines and a healthy medevac count, this is like annoying. He shouldn't run into the mine! Okay, he splits off a zealot, and I mean, he's not dead, I guess, but this is not exactly the position you want to be in, Faith. He does have a saturated 3rd, I guess, and zealots are going to rush in. The immortal is out. He will stabilize, so like he's held, I guess. That was unnecessary. But behind this, Terran has a 4th going down. There's not too much left here, though. Or, well, okay. That's why. Okay. Yeah. What is this? Mass, what are all these starports for? Do we have a... I'm not sure what he plans on massing with these starports. What is this? It is a tech lab! Okay. I guess we're going to get a bunch of battle cruisers soon. This is awkward. At any rate, Faith is trying to play a standard game against after being behind against mines. He's taking a lot of damage still to these mines, and he will lose his immortal. The stalkers are dying. Probes are being pulled. I don't think we're gonna see those battle cruisers if that indeed was the intent. It could have been Mass Banshee too. I will go back and check if Faith does survive. Oh, that's a slow warp-in pylon. That is painful. Okay. How many gateways oh, Santiago is going to push in, and gosh, there's just not a whole lot of Protoss here. The mines are going to go off again, and Faith will be robbed of his zealots. And like, I mean, 3 stalkers and 3 zealots just doesn't quite cut it. Probes are going to be evacuated. I think Faith is he's desperately trying to hold on, but there's just not a whole lot here. I mean, there's 5 gateways of production, but he just doesn't have the like income to warp in 5 at a time. He does have charge slots getting concussed. Nice blink from the stalker to use up one of the mines at no cost to the Protoss, but that's okay. So he does hold again, and we are going to get those battle cruisers. There's the fusion core. Man, this this is a knockout blow coming from Santiago. He's been keeping Faith on 3 bases. Like Faith is like all that's been running through Faith's mind so far has been, how do I hold on to my 3rd base? I mean, it was his natural the first time that went down, but he just hasn't been able to get that 3 base economy, thanks to the mines and the marauders really making it difficult for the Protoss. And there's going to be another drop coming out of Santiago. It's going to hit the main. It is spotted by the observer and will force a recall. There are stalkers here, but they decided to take a lunch break. 4 more probes do go down, and now the stalkers are going to pick off the full medevac. So I suppose they've done their job. But, I mean, Santiago is on 5 bases. And there are battle cruisers. Like, I don't think Faith knows about the battle cruisers yet. No, he's seen no sign of battle cruisers. He's not thinking about battle cruisers. He's worried about these drops that are empty. Okay. I don't know if this is... actually, this may be Santiago trying to free up supply, and that's an interesting way to do it. There are a lot of stalkers out, and that's gonna be a starting point, I guess. Yeah, I think Santiago is just trying to trade out as much of his army as possible and go into mass battle cruisers. Faith is going to take his 4th, finally, at 15 minutes into the game. I'm sure he would have preferred it a lot sooner, but as it is, or just win the game sooner. Gosh, this is, like, he's building zealots. I don't think that's what you want against battle cruisers, but he doesn't know battle cruisers are coming. They've just been pooling outside of the observer vision, and Santiago is going to take the gold and take these top 2 expansions. I mean, Santiago is just like, he's playing his own game now. He's not playing TVP anymore. He's like, I've done everything I need to do for TVP, and now I can play campaign. He's gonna have to defend this, but he has so many battle cruisers, it doesn't matter. He's gonna teleport his battle cruisers onto this Protoss army. Oh boy. Okay. Well then, that was painful. Faith is fully aware now that there are battle cruisers on the map. He knows Yamato cannon has also been researched. That's no longer a surprise. I'm not really sure how Faith is going to deal with this from here. He is... What is this? He has 2 Stargates in production, but there's a crap ton of battle cruisers. Just like, how do you stop this? I mean, we have a Terran on 114 army supply, and most, if not all, of that is in battle cruisers. Like, just what is Protoss supposed to do? The Protoss has lost their 4th. Yeah, okay, no. These Void Rays are... 2 Void Rays is not going to stop however many battle cruisers, and Faith will tap out. Man, that was painful. Man. I don't know. Yeah, so that happened. Battle cruisers. If you're going to build battle cruisers, that is the map to do it on. So like, gosh. Okay, looks like... looks like it will be a Biogenesis with a Terran Lord and forward. I want to read that as forward, but it definitely says 4-yard. Man, that's gonna be obnoxious because I will want to say forward. Okay. Well, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of the map as the green Zerg representing Wolven, it is 4-yard. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, representing PsiX, it is Terran Lord. Okay. Oops, that's not what's going on. I wish. There we go. Yes. Okay, so, match point. A bio. You know, as much as I like Terran Lord, I'm not sure how much... Well, I guess he uses a push style, so this is not... I guess this map... See, when I think of a bio for Terran, I think of the fact that you have to expand in this triangle, or else you're separated by the rocks. And so I think drops are something that I favor for a bio, but I'm used to seeing Terran Lord do these like linear pushes, like parade push type stuff, and I guess that's also good on a bio because of the short distance. Your reinforcements don't have so far to go, and so like your natural is basically a proxy, right? I did fix the overlay. Yes, okay, good. I'm just being paranoid. Sixlings are out for forward. 4-yard. Our green Zerg. And they will catch this SCV. It is running, and I guess if it... Okay. Yeah, it died. That was bound to happen. Wishful thinking. Reaper is back at home for Terran Lord. He's just keeping it here, at least until this CC completes, so that the sixlings do not run in and delay the CC, and then life is miserable for Terran Lord. So this Reaper is just like, playing defense, instead of going out and scouting. Speed is done, and the sixlings are going to rush in. Grenade goes down, and... oh, Reaper's dead. Uh-oh. 2 aliens are out, and they will clean this up? Question mark? Yeah. Okay, that was... I think he took... Well, losing the mule is unfortunate. He has to get a fresh one. He now has 4 Hellions, and I don't think he's going to be too aggressive with them, as 2 of them are pretty badly damaged. Or he could go scout with these 2, I guess. As it is, I think this opening has gone slightly better for the Zerg in that he has more information. Yes, Terran Lord is up on supply, but, I think that's more a credit to his macro than how the opening went. He is pooling his, or he does have like 6 or so, what are these things called? Hellions now. And, Terran Lord will be looking to put some pressure on. I would be surprised to see him, suicide those onto mineral line, but, you never know. He's going to get a roach? Question mark? Yes, he will. At the cost of 1 Hellion. I think that's... I would consider that a good trade, a roach for a Hellion. It's not the trade you want, but, the roach costs more gas than the Hellion, so... That may just be my Protoss brain saying, trade gas, or trade minerals for gas, you need the gas, As it is, he's gonna pick off a Overlord and put some more pressure at this location. These roaches are going to be forced to come back home, and all in all, supply is pretty even. Third is going down for Terran Lord in this wall, and it's keeping the pressure on with these Hellions, just making it so that Zerg cannot actually move over to his side of the base. It's really important that he keeps his roaches at home. I don't know if he should be suiciding on these drones just yet. He will get, 11 is not... I think that's acceptable. Yeah? No? Oh, he does have 2 tanks out, so I guess that's perfectly fine then. He's more than prepared for the roaches by now. So he's bought enough time for that, and there is going to be Hydras out soon with Groove Spines. Baneling Nest is on the way, so 4-yard is not going to... these roaches really... He didn't build that many. He just wanted enough to stop any Hellion or Hellbat. God forbid a Hellion Cyclone timing attack. Just playing it safe with the Roach opener, and gonna transition now into that Hydraling Bane. But Terran Lord is up some supply and has his third complete. So I think this is looking pretty good for our Terran. His stim is just now done, and +1 is, well, almost done. Stim takes forever to research. Oh man, okay. And 1-1 is like a third of the way through. This creep through the middle is pretty nice. And there's gonna be a drop loaded up of 8 Marines. It's gonna fly right over the creep, so Ford should have plenty of notification as long as he was paying attention to his mini-map. I don't see any reaction, so I don't think he was watching, which is a little unfortunate. As it is, Terran Lord is actually going to assume that his opponent was paying attention and just pick off creep tumors. Almost missed that one. The most important one, I suppose. He's gonna pick up and leave. So that was good. Decision making from Terran Lord, just clearing this creep, making it so that later when he pushes, he will not get surrounded so easily. He does lose 4 of his Marines, but I mean they're largely expendable. They only cost minerals. He's trying to pick off these overlords, or overseers rather, as they have been morphed since their days as an overlord, and they're not gonna get them on their own. Some of their Marine buddies are going to have to intercept, and these changelings will have to be dealt with eventually, I guess. I mean, he could just let them sit there, and they'll just be free scouts for the next, like, 20 seconds, but whatever. And now we're gonna see that parade push coming out of Terran Lord. And this is a massive force of tank Marine. And it's gonna be really hard for the Zerg to come into this corridor here. I think this is suddenly very scary. The central fugal hooks is done, so he could get some good connections. That's really what this is going to come down to. How are the splits? How are the connections? Good multi-prong. Wow, I needed to zoom out for that. He does clean up most of the Marines, but not all of them, and more Marines are going to rally in. The tanks are still here. They are going to all move forward, but there's not much for the Zerg anymore. And, I mean, that was like Ford's one big defense, and I don't know if he cleared enough. The first 2 tanks do fall, which is definitely something he needed, but Terran Lord, I think he has enough. I think Zerg is just not getting those injects, not able to reproduce quickly enough. And the macro engine of Terran Lord is going to at least kill this third. Banelings are being morphed, kind of scattered across the map, but a handful of Banelings is not going to clean up tanks. As it is, the third does fall. Hydras are coming out. There is an infestation pit. But, like, what are you going to do? Fungal the handful of Marines and then die to the tanks? I mean, as long as you're in the game, there is a chance, I suppose. But I think this is going to Terran Lord. More Marines rallying across. Like, this is very comfortable for our orange Terran. he's going to push into the natural now, and I think at this point, there's like, yeah, okay, he's gonna pull the drones and just lose everything. So Terran Lord will keep PsiX alive. I didn't say you should shorten it. I just said that it takes a long time. Stim is terrifying. It deserves to be long. Don't put words into my mouth, Daunted. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. A 1-second upgrade. I have enough difficulty with Terran, okay? I do not need a 1-second stim to worry about. Yes, yes. Terran Lord saving us from death. We are not dead yet. I don't know how that song goes. I haven't actually watched it. Okay. Serpagel is coming in on Catalyst. This is gonna be interesting. I don't know. I think he faces a Masters player, so like the pressure is really on. This is gonna be a TVT, I believe. Masters vs. Diamond, and I mean, I guess it's at least on Catalyst, so like Serpagel will not be completely okay, just getting us into game because apparently I was host again. Yeah, so we have a little bit of being on match point and having a skill difference. This is gonna be a kind of a difficult time for Serpagel, but I think I don't know, how does he feel in TVT? I know that Serpagel is not fond of cheese, so I think we should see like a 2 or 3 base timing out of him, I would think. Yeah, I'm not sure a mirror matchup is something that most people like to face a higher MMR opponent in. Like, it's so nerve-wracking to be in a mirror matchup for most people to begin with. I don't know. Everyone's a little different. Alright. spawning in the upper left-hand corner of the map as the blue Terran. It is Axis? Axis. Okay, we'll go with Axis. It is Axis. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map as the red Terran, it is Serpigal. Hi, Kuna. I beat a Diamond 1 Terran with a Cannon Rush yesterday. I don't know what's wrong with me. But, I don't only Cannon Rush. I actually Cannon Rush Terran the least, because it's kind of stupid to Cannon Rush Terrans. It's just funny. As it is, that's neither here nor there. We're gonna get a Reaper coming out of Ascus and, Marine for Serpigal. I don't know about this. Well, he's gonna get a factory behind this, so maybe he'll have a Cyclone out. But, like, he's not blocking. He can't. Oh, he could have with the factory. Yeah, this Reaper could do some considerable damage in the early game. Like, it probably won't just end the game, but, actually, it's gonna be double Reaper into Cyclone. So, I don't know about... I don't like the looks of this. For our red Terran, he's gonna pick off one SCV already, and SCVs are being pulled. There are Marines to zone out the Reaper, but the Reaper can kite this indefinitely. Okay. It's gonna join up with this second Reaper and gonna try again. Oh boy, here we go. Round 2. Marines are at the Reaper ledge, but they should be over in the mineral line. Grenade does get chucked. 2 SCVs going down yet again. And this is just like going from bad to worse. This, I would consider a relatively standard opening. Okay, tank is out. But it's just gotten a lot more damage than it should have. Still going to get an SCV or 2. Oh. Barely not. Okay. The Reapers have been cleaned up. The Cyclones can't come up this ramp because there is a siege tank. So Serpigal has held, and he is up in supply. So, I mean, he has a substantial army advantage, and I think he's actually just gonna go for a 1 base push. Look at this, he has a 1-1-1, no CC is down. Never mind what I said about not liking cheese. This is looking to be a very committed 1 base. Well, actually, it is going to get scanned, and these... See, these Cyclones are going to be like... Oh, that's obnoxious. These Cyclones can, like, force the siege and unsiege, and, like, I don't know how Serpigal is going to get across the map with his forces. Oh! He does catch Ascus off guard. Axis is lost all his Cyclones, and now there's 3 tanks, 3 Vikings, a handful of Marines, and that's marching across the map. And he doesn't have anything back at home. So this could be a very strong one base push coming out of Serpagel that I don't think Axis is ready for. Axis is rallying together. He has some mines, and I mean, oh, there is a Banshee. I see. Scans. Scan. Oh, he doesn't have scans. Oh, he called down a mule. He doesn't have a scan for his tank. Oh, that is painful. Oh, the one Banshee. No scans. Ah! Oh, that was looking so good. But then, the one Cloak Banshee. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. That. Okay. Oh man, now this tank is gonna come in, but it's all alone. There's enough here for Axis, and Serpical is just gonna have to go home. Much unfortunate. um... As it is. Axis is gonna push out with his Cyclones, and oh gosh. There are two tanks here. One is Siege, the other is not. There's not enough Marines here for Serpigal, and yeah, this is just game. Mine does go off, and yeah, okay. Ouch. I mean, you really needed to get a lot more done with that first push. He doesn't even have a siege tank in production, so it's like, or a mine for that matter. So, I mean, this is just game, right? There's nothing Serpigal can do from here. I mean, he will have a medevac and 2 Marines. He's gonna pull his SCVs, but, I mean, even if he holds this, Axis is on 3 bases. He's not gonna hold this regardless. Oh, he landed his Vikings. Okay, that. Oh, some cute micro. He does clean it up. I didn't realize he still had those Vikings, but I mean, 4 workers to 43. I mean, like, never say die, I suppose. Yeah, we're gonna fly the Vikings across the map in a medevac. That is a game changer, I am certain. As it is, there's gonna be a 2 medevac drop full of 15 Marines, because you don't need that last one. That will actually get halted because there's been a get this, that there has been a Viking drop in the Blue Terran's base. Oh man. And I mean, Serpigal is just trying whatever he can, but that's just not gonna work. These 15 Marines are going to get the checkmate for Axis, and that will be the end of this game. And congrats to Wolven. Well done. Oh man. Well, Well, he tried. He tried. That timing was really nice. He just needed a scan. That's all he needed. Had he a scan, then he could have cleaned up the Banshee with his 3 Vikings, and we would be looking at a completely different game. But not having a scan as you're going in for that push, and then losing all your siege tanks to Banshee is pretty painful. Yeah. Yeah, that will conclude this clan war. And let me see if there's any quick. Do I have it up? I do have it up. Friday there will be another Alpha Team League EU Amateur Division between the Yankees and Lobby. PsiX Yankees will be represented by Daunted Myself, Sippy Cup, and Psy Melon. And then Friday we have the MVP Cup, so get in there, watch your Masters and GMs duke it out for the most valuable player of PsiX for this month. And then Saturday we will have a clan war of 4 diamonds all kill between QT Club and PsiX, casted by Sentinel. And that concludes this stream. I'll see you guys later.